little bit more surprised just because we're leading 3-1 after 2 periods of game 1. So in that perspective, yeah, I'm a little surprised that we're in this situation.
Jon, the frustration that Kucherov showed at the end, that's sort of emblematic of the team, and maybe is that alarming to you that this team is getting under your skin a little bit?
This team, we had a wonderful regular season, statistic-wise. Our wins and I think both our special teams finished first. And it's the regular season is different than playoffs, and things just happen so fast. All of a sudden it's 0-0, and there's a lot of excitement going into game 1, and then all of a sudden you're down 0-2 at home, and there's alarms are going off. Have we faced a ton of adversity this year? We haven't. It's been like 6 years, and it probably hasn't gone any easier than it has this year. So now we get some adversity, and teams face this all the time. And you face it in little pieces. This is a 5-alarm fire, but it's adversity, and I don't know. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes you have to go through stuff like this to see how we respond. The one thing I do know about being with this group is they find a way. They find a way. And I'm sitting here, and we're going to be in Columbus 48 hours from now, and there's no other bench in the league I want to do is up behind ours. That's how much faith I have in this group.
Jon, what are they doing? Stamkos, Kucherov. What is it? Something they're doing, or they're just not coming through?
Well, if you look in the 82 games, and I know they've had success point-wise, but there have been games where they haven't gone 2 games in a row without scoring. They have. It's unfortunate that it's happening in game 1 and 2 in April of the playoffs, but last time I looked, Kuch didn't have a point in all 82 games to beat it to Stanley. So this happens. It's just unfortunate right now that it's happening right at this moment.
You guys were playing a little bit tight early on, or did anything linger from last game, the way it ended?
I didn't think so. I thought our guys turned the page pretty well. It was, it was one of those games where, and we've probably all been in this, the harder you try, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. You have to take a breath, and we just, I can't sit here and say our guys didn't compete. They were finishing hits, they were skating, but it was almost the harder they tried, the worse it got. And that's where I felt with the guys, because they were trying.
It's a stat that usually doesn't mean much, but you guys, at least after 2 periods, had a 30 to 14 edge in hits, and I don't know if that's good for you, your team, to be as going after as many hits as you were. You want to be physical, I understand you talked about that, but do you think you guys went over the line a little bit in terms of trying to be physical?
Is 30 hits a lot?
After 2 periods?
I don't think so.
Well,
I've seen playoff games when there's been 75. This isn't a big hitting series.
Jon, they've kind of done a good job of slowing you down to the neutral zone and kind of slowing down your forecheck. We know that's a strength of your team. What do you have to do to kind of get back to that part of the game?
Well, I think it's helped them that when they got the lead. So, they get the lead, and now they basically were just sitting on it. And I don't know how, as I said, we were working hard. I don't know if we were working the smartest all the time, but they did a good job. We are playing another team. They are trying, and it's, we have to find a way to get a little bit more inside on them and get a few more pucks behind them where our rivals are on time, where our timing was off, and a lot of pucks we got behind them. sure everybody's surprised at that just because of, you know, the statistics we had, but as I said, a little diversity, sometimes it doesn't hurt, even having your special teams. You gotta dig deep and be a little better.
Any concerns over Vasilevsky and some of the long range shots that are beating him right now?
I'm not concerned about that. You know, that's one guy I'm not concerned about.
Your power play's been really good all year. I mean, you've had a couple of chances, last couple of games to be a difference maker in key situations. Just what have you seen overall with what they've struggled with?
It just sounded like we've hit 2 crossbars. So a lot of times those go in. Did go in this time. Kuchar won yesterday at Saturday night.
You talk about the game being different in the playoffs, John, and certainly you're not going to get as many calls. You know, the game becomes a bit different that way. But you guys know that. You've played a lot of playoff games the last few years, but there's still that adjustment, isn't there? You know, like the power play is a weapon for you. You're not going to get as many.
And we've talked about that. So it was the one thing I've learned, the refs aren't cheering for anybody. And the more I've gotten to know these guys and been around, they just want to call the game the way it's to be called. And you know, the opponents, you should know that. As when you're in the games, they're not. They're trying to do their jobs, and they get scrutinized too when they miss calls. So it's not like they're trying to do stuff like that. So you know, the refs should be the farthest things from anybody's minds.
These fans adore you. They adore this team. How strange is it to hear this building to start to a little bit?
I don't know. I think the fans were in the same spot we were. Everybody was frustrated.
John, how about the Kucherov's hit there at the end? Are you concerned at all that that might warrant something you might not have him on Sunday?
I don't know. I mean, this is. I guess I could have looked at it before I came on, but I wanted to be able to come up here and say truthfully, I haven't seen it. So you ask me that question tomorrow. Maybe I'll answer for you.
I know you said the other day, like, you don't play on the ice under this tournament.
I was surprised that we got 5. Because I didn't see it. So when we got 5, it was tough to see.
I know you said the other day you don't play on the ice under this Tortorella, but with your team facing adversity for the first time this year, what can you do as a coach or kind of your message, I guess, to your team?
You have to find out. Maybe it'll make you show up for game 3.
Good. Thank you.